lovelies. As you can see, I have taken you to the car wash. Yay! Because what better place to vlog than at the car wash? As if it's not loud enough. Hello, book lovelies. It is actually day 2 of Camp NaNoWriMo. And, yeah, I'll put the little intro I did, like, hey, I'm doing Camp NaNoWriMo before this, obviously. That was filmed a day, I think, before I got into my car accident. So, things were a little bit different at that point in time. So, last week, well, I guess it's this week. I guess because it's Saturday, I'm thinking last week. But, this week, I got rear-ended. So, that was fun. I was just stopped. I wasn't moving on the freeway, and somebody hit the car behind me and shoved the car behind me into my car. Thankfully, the car is still drivable and it's held together. It's gonna need some work, but it's still functional. I, on the other hand, am not as functional as my car. So when the truck, it was a huge utility truck, got pushed into my car, I got thrown forward. And so, like, my whole collarbone, my chest, my shoulders, my back, my neck, everything is very, very, very sore. So I've been taking stuff for it and trying to get through it. But it just really sucks. So the only time I feel good is when I'm just, like, not moving. So I've spent a lot of time catching up on Game of Thrones and reading, which has not been a bad thing, but I really do want to get back into the writing stuff, because I do have an epic idea that I want to start. So I'm hoping that today will be a better day, and then I'll actually be feeling better so I can start getting caught up on NaNoWriMo, because I feel like every time we do NaNoWriMo together, I'm always behind. So here's to hoping that today is a better day, and then I can actually get some work done. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. So far, my word count is 0, but it's only day 2, so it's not the end of the world. So yeah, hopefully I can get caught up. There's so much that I feel like I'm behind on right now, just because this week has just been a ridiculous week. But hopefully I can. I am at work right now. It's not even 8 in the morning, so I'm very tired. And I don't think the muscle relaxant that the doctor gave me is, like, fully worn off yet. So if I look kind of weird or whatever, that's probably why. But yeah, I am going to head into work now. And then when I get home, hopefully get some writing done, and I will keep you guys posted. But I miss you all. It's so good to be back. It's so good to be vlogging again. I can't wait to hear about your journey through Camp NaNoWriMo. If you're joining us this month, I hope you are. I definitely feel like I've got a lot more this month than I did in April to contribute for writing. So I know some of you guys really like the writing videos that we talk about different challenges in writing. So I definitely have a lot of stuff I want to share with you. So stay tuned. Hi guys! Well, we're finally getting back in action. I'm happy to say. It is day 5 of Camp NaNoWriMo, and on my Instagram I talked about, hey, I'm gonna vlog every day during NaNoWriMo, or Camp NaNoWriMo, and I haven't. Well, I haven't posted the videos, I should say. I've taken a few, not many. So let's recap. The first part of this video that you see was taken the day before my accident. No, 2 days before my accident. So things were looking pretty positive and spectacular at that point. Then I got rear-ended on the freeway, which was a major bummer. I've been in tons and tons of pain since that accident. So sitting down in my chair, holding up the camera, even just trying to concentrate to, like, write my story has not happened. I have tried so hard and it has not happened. It has been all I can do to just go to work every day, come home, and then do my book work, because I organize book tours online. So I go to my day job, do that, which I'm on my feet all day, come home, try to do the best that I can, getting the book tour stuff going and doing all the emails and whatnot, and then I, like, go to sleep. And that has pretty much been my week. So as far as the Camp NaNoWriMo week goes, it has not been my finest. One thing I have learned about any of the NaNoWriMos that you do, every time you sign up for one and you go, you know what, that month is looking pretty amazing, I think this is going to be the month. It's like the fates of the writing gods decide they're going to throw that one wrench into your plan, and then it all just kind of falls apart. But I am still determined that I'm going to get this done, because I'm actually really excited about the project that I'm working on. So currently, I do have 455 words written. Yay! The word count goal for today is 8,064. I'm getting a little bit of work done right now, some book tour stuff, and trying to get some things organized, and then I'm going to get back to writing, because today is one of the first days I'm actually feeling a little bit more myself, and not as in so much pain as I have been, so that's awesome. Let's talk about NaNoWriMo for a minute. Wait a minute, we already are. Sorry, my brain is like, I'm getting back to normal, but my brain is, I don't know. So, I am writing a novella. Well, at least I think it's going to be a novella. I could be wrong, it could end up going longer, but basically, when I wrote my first book, which was Exist, and I published it in October of last year, I was super excited about it, loved it. I mean, it's definitely my baby. It's like every writer, you're just like, it's my story. And there's a lot about it that I remember when I was writing it, I thought, I'm going to cut this because I don't think it's really important, or, you know, there's so much backstory that has to kind of be filled in. And some of the most amazing feedback that I've gotten since writing Exist has been on like, hey, I really wish I knew more about these characters, I wish I knew more about the world. And I've learned so much just in kind of receiving feedback and writing more and trying to hone my craft, that, you know, world building and all that is not as easy as it sounds. And for me, I know these characters, I know this world, I live in it all the time, but there was a lot that just didn't make it into the book because I didn't feel like it needed to be. The other thing that I've learned is I went to film school, for those of you who don't know. I have a bachelor's in film, and part of my emphasis when I was going to film school was on producing and screenwriting. And I've written a ton of screenplays. I used to work as a script reader, which is basically where people send you their screenplays and you read them and you edit them and make sure they're formatted correctly and that the story works and yada yada. So it was really, really cool to do that. But my brain thinks a lot in terms of film. So when I'm writing a story, I'm seeing like the visuals play out in my head, and I still kind of fall into that like screenplay mode. And for those of you who haven't written a screenplay, screenplays get right to the meat of the story. Your job as a scriptwriter is not to like describe things much. So if you have to describe a character, like we'll take my character from Exist, her name's Ember. And we might say like, hey, Ember is, you know, 17, 18, and she's got, you know, long blondish brown hair, and, you know, you would kind of just give the very details, like she wears, you know, street clothes, or however you want to define it. You just don't really get the option to describe it. You're just putting in dialogue, you know, locations, and giving the bare bones of what needs to happen, because the director's job is the one who's going to create the vision. They always call the director of a film the author of the film, because they're the ones that bring this to life. And film is all about telling a story through a visual, not through words. So, in saying all that, for me, I struggle really hard with cutting out the script writing and just writing a novel, which requires a lot of detail and a lot of backstory. And I think sometimes for me, when I read it, I go, I don't think you need all of this. Like, this is really redundant, or it's too much, because my brain's in that script brain. I have a friend at work who read my book. She's like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. But she's also a film person, so our brains are just wired in that way. But if you're looking at it from a reader's perspective, or an author or a novelist, it just doesn't always work. So that is my long roundabout way of talking about my novella that I'm writing, which is called Origins. And it's going to basically be a prequel to my book. So rather than go back and rewrite the entire novel, which one day maybe I will do, but not right now, I'm going to do a prequel, which is going to give you all the backstory of these characters, how they ended up in the situations they did, who they are, all the things that I love about them and have grown to discover over the years. And it's going to lead us right up into this book. And then, thankfully, I'm almost done with book 2, which starts right where Exist left off. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm just taking a brief reprieve, and I'm going to do this little novella, which I've set for 50,000 words. It might be a little shorter, might be a little longer. I haven't decided. I guess it depends on how much just needs to be shared. So I'm going to do this novella, and then I will get back to book 2. Other little monkey wrench that's kind of been thrown into stuff is in May, like end of April, early May, I started writing this random story. It's called Trampolines and Stars. If you follow me on Instagram, you've heard me mention it. And I never intended to write this story. I am not the kind of person that reveals my personal life or my heart or anything like that just openly. Like, that's not something I'm usually very comfortable doing. And I also don't really read contemporaries or things of that nature. I like the fantasy, like the sci-fi. I ended up starting to write this Trampolines and Stars, which is this contemporary book. And it's all about some stuff that's been going on in my life. And my heart and soul and, you know, this guy that I'm in love with and just crazy, crazy stuff. And it's funny, but like as things happen in my life, I feel like, okay, I'm going to document these things because this was like a really important, you know, concept that just hit me, or like, oh, that's really good, or whatever. Like random things are kind of just falling into place. So I keep going back and like just putting out the like outline for this story. I actually think that one is like, when I checked it last night, I think it was like 8,000 words. So technically, if I was writing that for Camp NaNoWriMo, I'd be on task. But I'm not. So, yeah, I really got to put that aside for right now and just focus on what I'm supposed to do. But anyways, I'm sorry this is going on forever. I just wanted to give you guys a nice update because I haven't talked to you in ages. And with all this weird pain stuff and accidents and all that nastiness, I haven't really gotten to vlog the way that I wanted to. So please comment down below if you are doing Camp NaNoWriMo this month. Let me know what you're writing. If you have questions about writing or things you want to talk about during this month, let me know because I would love your feedback and your input because this is as much about you as it is about me. But yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a fun journey. Lots that I've learned along the way, things I can't wait to share, things I want to talk about. So yeah, but now that I'm doing better, Lord willing, I continue to keep doing better, then I will be able to start vlogging more frequently. I'm going to try for every day. If I don't hit every day, like posting every day, I guess I should say, then I will definitely combine them like I'm doing right now and post them in bulk. But you will be getting more frequent videos. Yay! But I really hope that you're having an awesome start to Camp NaNoWriMo. I hope you're having fun. Remember, that's what it's ultimately about. Don't put a ton of pressure on yourself. Just enjoy the process. Get to know your cabin mates, because that's always a good time. If you want to talk about writing, if you want to talk about camp, let me know. You can comment below. You can email me. I'm always here for you guys. I love you. So I'm going to get back to work and then get back to writing. But I will see you guys soon. Until next time, book lovelies. Bye!